Hello, this is Crypto CJ. It's a trade of the day, Friday afternoon Zoom edition, and
I didn't part of it.
it's been kind of a
I didn't
sleepy
know it's
week.
recorded.
Um, in that Bitcoin and Ethereum have not done much, still going sideways. We had 30,000 as support a couple of weeks ago. That appears to be resistance now. Our support for at least Bitcoin is around 29K. For Ethereum, it's around 1820. Let's go to the charts and check it out. We had some financial news. CPI didn't really do much or have much effect on the crypto markets. So let's see. You guys should be seeing my Bitcoin 8 hour chart.
We are.
Thank you.
No,
And
it's
I
the 1 day. It's the 1 day we're looking at, not the 8 hour.
oh, okay. I was kind of bouncing between the two. Right. What I was trying to figure out when I moved over to the 1 day is, did we have any closes below 29K? And I don't think we did. We were pretty close. 8 hour illustrates the range a little bit better, where we've been really since late June. Hovering around this 29K, took a few stabs at 30K, no, swatted down like a mosquito in the summertime. So not not doing well. We do have some news pending for the 13th about it was Ethereum ETFs, I believe, or Bitcoin ETFs, one or both. Supposed to have a ruling from the SEC, but it is within their purview just to delay it, which is probably what they'll do. I think the 13th falls on a Sunday anyway. Can't imagine anyone in the SEC working on a Sunday. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. If some of those ETFs get approved, that could help the market move up. So we'll see. Next week could be an interesting week in crypto. This week was not. Anybody have any? Well, let's head over to Ethereum real quick. 8 hour chart, and I've got this range I drew here from 1820 to 1840, and we did bounce above it earlier this week, but drifting back down towards it as we speak. So 1845 at the moment. Again, I'm really waiting to see a bounce back up to 2000 and beyond. So any comments, questions, or issues to discuss? Well, Craig came here for some cutting edge news. I guess maybe that's my responsibility. So I'm not sure if I can help him out today, but um, well, Craig, the best I can do is head over to Altcoin Alert so we can find you some day trades. So if you want to hang around for that, cool, that's cool. If not, go do your thing. We'll see you on my next Zoom call.
Cool.
All right. Altcoin Alert. I am on the altcoin radar selection. Gonna reload and then go to the AA score sort and see what I can find here. I looked at some of these coins that I don't trade very often. Quark Chain and Loom had low volume on a couple exchanges I checked. Wrapped, it's usually a DeFi option. This KP3R, Keep 3R, I'm not sure what this is. Keeper? Maybe it's Keeper. I've seen this from time to time. I'm looking at it as a spot trade. So I've got it here on the 5 minutes, the Binance chart. The volume's not great. You see some horizontal lines. That's usually indicative of low volume. The 15-minute chart looks a little better. It's had some moves to the upside, so I'll go ahead and analyze this as I would any other coin that I would usually trade on leverage. But this is a spot trade, so we're going to look at potential long options on this one. So we're looking at the divergence option. If you've been on my Zoom before, you know how that I do like divergence. It's sort of a contrarian option or approach to trading. We're looking for pullbacks and retraces and direction changes. So what it does is it's a disagreement between the price action and the indicators. So this one didn't do so well. If we're looking for say 2 or 3% on a spot chart, Like this entry would have done okay. We've had to wait maybe a day or so to get 2%. Yeah, 1 day and 2 hours, not bad. Any of these bullish divergence options would have gotten you in on that move. Not a great move, but pretty good move. If you have 1, 2, 3% trades or profits consistently on a daily basis, you can grow your balance nicely. So the power of, forgot the word. Anyway, so that's the divergence option. If you prefer to trade with a trend, I like SuperTrend. So I've got that clicked on at the moment, and the buy is going back to Wednesday, done okay. 2% move here. And well, we just looked at this one. This was about 3%, wasn't it? 2.3. Not bad, but not great. Maybe this isn't a real good example of a spot trade. If I look at something that's more volatile, often you'll get 5, 10, 15% moves. But the market's been so slow this week, it's probably affecting everything. So that's keeper on those two options. And our last would be the RSI. I was tinkering with an RSI strategy option, but it didn't work as well as I'd hoped. So I think I'm gonna go back to my more manual approach with the RSI. I'm looking for, on a spot trade, dips below the 30 value, which is right here. It's considered the oversold area. And usually once it dips below that and comes back, it's has pretty good potential. So I'm going to go with my vertical line to show you where those incidents occur. We get one here. This yellow line is, and eventually we get a move up here. It's not bad, and then this one's quite a bit better. This one does dip a couple times. So there's this dip here at 1 a.m. and dip again about an hour later. And that's the last one that dips below the 30. We've got one here that's pretty close. 31.4. So that one probably doesn't trigger, but these two would have been pretty good entries. So I went through that pretty fast. Let me show you how to set alerts on these while I'm here. On the RSI, right click here, crossing up on the 30. If you want to try to catch a few more, you could go 31 or 32, but 30 is the standard I use. Once per bar close, we'll keep it open, keep the alert in play until you turn it off. And for the alert name, I usually use the information source, which is an AA score purchase. And once you type an alert name in a few times, TradingView will remember it for you. And then over here on the notifications is how you want to be alerted. I'm going to be notified in my app, my phone, pop up on my desktop computer. I think sending an email is overkill, so I don't use that. Webhook is for auto trading. This is manual at the moment. And then play a sound, choose whatever sound you want to use. I often go with 3 notes reverb, and then I use chirpy usually for this RSI. So that's how you do that. And then we'll look at the divergence and SuperTrend alerts on the next one. So any questions on Keeper? Okay, another one I came up with to look at. On the AA score was Adam. I'm usually looking for values 80 or higher. On Adam, what this is telling us, what Altcoin Alert is telling us, is there's a 79.3% chance that Adam should go up 3% or more the next 48 to 72 hours. So as a day trader, I like that, and I'm going to check it out. I use Altcoin Alert to tell me what's what's in play, what's happening, and then I use my technical analysis to determine my entry and exit points. So, all right, let's go to Atom. Have that chart open here on Binance on the 5-minute, kind of putzing around sideways. If you don't want to deal with indicators like we talked about on the last coin, you can use a price alert. I'm seeing some short-term support here at about 834. Dips a little bit below here at 832, and we can draw a range to look at that. So like your range is going to be something like this. So that'll pick up this low here and this low here. And then maybe you set your price alert somewhere in this vicinity. Maybe at the top line at 834.5 or the bottom line at 832.1 or somewhere in the middle, maybe 833. Right click and altcoin or AA score. And then you're good to go. Make sure your notifications are what you want. So, but I rarely do price alerts. So I'm gonna get rid of this and go back to my indicators on the 15-minute chart. And as a quick review, the reason I like the indicators on the 15-minute chart is I'm trying to get a 1, 2, 3 dip on the 5-minute chart. And I found in certain situations, I can do that on the 15-minute chart and then go back to the 5-minute and confirm. I don't really have a good example of 1, 2, 3. Oh, here's one. That's not a very good squeeze. What we're looking for on the 1, 2, 3 dip strategy is these Bollinger Bands to come together in a squeeze and then bubble out and then dip. So here we have a dip. We don't have a very good squeeze. So that's why it doesn't move very well. But here's, 1, 2, 3, get in here. Right about here. And it's just not moving much. Usually a move to the Bollinger Band or to the SMA line here, which is this red line, is usually 1%, 2%. It's only 0.5% here. So it's been difficult to both talk day trading and teach day trading with the volume and the volatility this low in the markets. So we'll see if we can scratch something out. All right, so let's go over to the 15-minute chart then. Go back to our indicators on divergence. What I did today is I just set all bearish ones. This is for those of you who trade leverage. You can trade both directions. You should have some mastery of spot trading before you try leverage because leverage is much more risky. But it does simplify trading for me, at least, in that I'm trying to find a 1% move on the chart at 10x leverage. That's going to be a 10% move for me, and I love 10% moves. So I'm finding I can get those with some frequency using divergence, and we'll talk about SuperTrend in a moment. But I'm looking at in the recent past, last couple of days, to see which divergences were doing well. And since the market was trending down, obviously the bearish ones were doing well. This one here, 2% move, probably about the same for these and these as well. So the bullish ones aren't doing that well. This one maybe would have gotten me out. Yeah, it's 1.4, so that would have been a good one. But these would have just kept drifting down probably. Yeah, I'd be still in these trades after a little over a day. So bullish isn't moving that well in the recent past, but if Altcoin Alert is right, then the next bullish divergence that goes off should resolve the next few days with a 3% move or higher. So if you want to set alerts on this, click on any of them, right click, add an alert. If you're trading both directions, you'll have to set separate alerts. This one for negative, once per bar close, AA score, and then set that up how you want. And then for positive, click on positive and the same thing. So that's how that works on Divergence. If you prefer to trade with the trend, then you might want to try SuperTrend. And again, quick review, you can find these indicators up here, indicators, metrics, and strategies. Type in SuperTrend and a bunch of them come up. I've used this one here by Kivon and this one here by Everget. You know, they're not that much. You could try either one or both. And I try to match up SuperTrend with the RSI and the squeeze momentum. These are my confirmation indicators for trend trading. It's usually a good idea to confirm with at least two. It's not foolproof, but it's better than just relying on the SuperTrend. So this buy here would have done poorly. This sell would have done pretty well. So the buys just aren't doing that well because the market's just been drifting down the last couple days. All right, if you want to use SuperTrend, you right click on here, add an alert. And on spot, you'll just go with the buy option. If you just want to trade short opportunities, click on the sell. If you want to trade both, which is what I usually do, direction change. Once per bar close, and then call it what you want. So far on this, I think I would just short it. I just go one direction until it changes. RSI, let's look at that real quick. Okay, we've got a pump above the 70 and then a dip below. So that's one entry potential. That means it's overbought. And again, a nice move down there. Another one here. Continuation of that move. This one dips maybe below the 30 here. I'm not quite sure. That one might have triggered, maybe not. And that one did not make the 30. This one right at. So I'm not sure if these two would have triggered at 30 or not, but let's just say for the sake of argument that they do. Yeah, you get in right here. And I'd probably still be in that trade. Yeah. And pretty much the same move over here. So RSI looks pretty good. Probably of the three options, I would choose that one. Or I would go with Divergence or SuperTrend just on the negative until it switches over. So any questions on Atom? All right, let's do a different sort. We've done two AA sorts. Let's reload. And my favorite is actually the long-term sentiment. And what I want to see here is bullish or very bullish on the long-term sentiment, which is what people are talking about online, the Twitter data. I want to match that up with the Elder Impulse Daily, which is a technical indicator. You can read the descriptions here if you hover over the question mark. And if I see these match up, then that's something I want to look at, especially if it's a coin I'm familiar with, like Rune. I trade this with some frequency. It's up 7% today, and it's bullish on both. LPT, Live Peer, also bullish on both. It's a big move today, 33%. This could be something to short over the weekend. This might be played out. So I'm more interested in LPT. Let's look at that one. Get back over to the 5. And yeah, its big move was last night around 8 o'clock Pacific, and then trending up, but it's really squeezy here. That can be deceiving. Yeah, we got 5% between the Bollinger Bands. That's actually pretty good. But we're sitting at the SMA line now, which is no man's land. If you want to set a price alert, you might want to do that here around 590. There's like 3 touches here. Yeah, see here, and here. Seems to have support there, right around 590, 592 in that area. So that's where you want to set your price alert if you prefer that. Okay, on the 15-minute, divergence. And these 3 would have been annihilated. You'd be probably stopped out or liquidated. Yeah, that's not good. So this might be one where you ride the trend until it peters out. So maybe you just go with bullish divergence on this one. Select your positive here, once per bar close. And this is our long-term sentiment. So that might be the one you want to do. Because these bearish ones have not done well. They started doing better here. So this one on late Thursday night, if you're trading the way I do, you're probably going to get, there's a 3% move down there. This one, 2.4, and then the others are similar. So I don't know. I trade this both directions this weekend, or maybe Sunday night. Take a look at it again and see what's going on with it. But these 3 right here concern me that did really poorly and would have been stopped out. But if it's played out, if it's just going like this, that's what we love as day traders. So we'll see. Let's see what SuperTrend's got for us. So SuperTrend before the big move, these are actually pretty good. All these are profitable. At least the 1% approach. Yeah, all of these look good going back all the way to Tuesday night. This sell would have gotten out before the big move, 2.7%. And then the buy kicks in, and that's still in play. So if you want to trade this both directions, right click. How might I do this? Direction change, once per bar close, long-term sentiment. And I think I'm going to go with my 3 notes reverb. So I kind of like that one. Right. SuperTrend does not go off generally as much as divergence, so keep that in mind. The next is RSI. And you got this one here that went down, did well. This one here. Would not have done well. Yeah, this dipped a little bit and then shot back up again. Yeah. On a spot trade, it might have worked out. Well, this is a short though, never mind. So that entry is not very good on a short. This one, about the same. None of these are very good. That's that same area we were looking at with the divergence that had the 3 instances that would have been losses. So I think I like SuperTrend on this one. Any questions on LPT? Okay. And there was another one I wanted to look at. It was Rune. Let's look at Rune. bit less volatile than this. Okay, moving up nicely today. Some support right around here at $1.08 might be a good entry. On the 15-minute. The bullish divergences from Wednesday morning and afternoon did well. Then you want to measure these bearish ones and see if they moved enough to get you out. Probably not. Probably got stopped out on that one. So these bearish divergences don't look that good at all. Let's look at super trend. Super trend looks a little better. Let's see, that sell would have gotten out here. Maybe. Not really. That one would have been okay, maybe. Yeah, the sells aren't good. Sometimes we just see consistent moves in one direction that are profitable. Just go that direction. You don't have to trade both if you don't want to. So on this one, I like the bullish or the buy. On this one, we don't get it. We haven't had a buy since Wednesday. So I think I go with super trend on this. That was at Wednesday as well. Oh, actually, we had the sell and then this one kicked in today. So you might just want to long this one until the trend changes. And then on our RSI, got the entry here. That move down is pretty good. The entry about here is not good. Another entry here is not good. And the rest of these are not good. So I don't like the RSI. I think the super trend's the way to go on this one. Okay, any questions on Rune? Probably look at one more. We'll look for our short of the weekend. Since weekends tend to have lower volume, sometime or more often than not, the trend is down. So instead of looking for very bullish on long-term sentiment, I'll flip it around and look for bearish. I see bearish on both sentiment and elder impulse, on sand and on mask, Kusama and Litecoin. Let's look at sand. In the 5-minute, we're pretty close to where support was at about 40 cents, 39.9 cents, right around here. Could be a place for a price alert, but we're pretty close to that now. Usually like to get a little more distance. Maybe dip down here to 0.398, might be a better entry. The 15-minute. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this chop. This is good stuff. That one. Here's my 1%. This one catches that move up. Nice. Similar move here on the bullish side. The bearish side is pretty obvious. So this is where it's going like that. These bearish ones did well. These bullish ones we don't know yet. Yeah. So I'd probably be in that trade still. I like Divergence. It's the first Divergence setup I've seen that I like. So if I see a couple in the recent past that haven't panned out yet, that's not necessarily a deal breaker for me. And then I like what the others have done. So that looks pretty good. Let's look at
Yeah, it's just an
SuperTrend.
update from Kevin and the thing. Oh, we're not doing carbon yet. Sorry.
Not yet. All right. When I stop the recording of this, you can let me know what that is. Okay, SuperTrend on sand. Not bad, but not great. Yeah, I would have eventually gotten out of this with my 1% approach. Geez, would have taken all the way to here. You know, about almost a day and a half. And then on the bullish side, yeah, if you don't get out here, then you're stuck in this for a while. Yeah. I would do an additional purchase at this 2% against me, and then I'd still be in that trade for a couple days. So Divergence looks way better than SuperTrend on this one. On the RSI, that one would have triggered. So I like that. These are narrow misses, as are these. It's like I got this one from this morning. I set this one up. This was a situation where I set this up at 68 because I saw that a couple of these had nice moves down. They didn't go all the way up to 70 before coming back down. So I went with 68 on that. Show you that alert real quick. So instead of putting 70 there, I put 68, keeping it open all day until I turn it off. And this is one of my shorts of the day that I identified this morning. So using that approach, I would have gotten in here, caught that move down. Didn't do the same on the lower end because I didn't want to go up to 33. Usually a 2 deviation is the most I do. 68 on the top and 32 on the bottom. That's just me. You can do anything you want with it. Yeah, that would have been another move down on this one. And then this one, if I'd been up at 5 a.m., I would have caught this one. 5:30. I was not. So that was a nice move down too. So RSI looks pretty good on this setup as well. And I didn't remind you how to do an RSI alert for both directions. Let's do that real quick and then we'll wrap it up. All right, so instead of crossing, we're going to enter a channel. And I had 68 on the top. And I usually do 30 on the bottom, but I saw a couple 32s that did well. Once per bar close. And this was a long-term sentiment buy. And click create. And that will, every time it goes above that 68 and drops, you'll get an alert. If it dips below the 32 and goes back up, you'll get an alert. So it's trading this both directions. And that will frequently correspond to a 1, 2, 3 dip or a 1, 2, 3 pump on the 5-minute chart if you bounce over there and look. Okay, any questions on sand? All right. Any other coins you guys want to look at or comments or questions about Altcoin Alert day trading in general or crypto trading? Anything else? Very well. We're at about 35 minutes. Pretty good for a Friday. I'll wrap it up here. If you are watching on the recording, I appreciate that, though I'd prefer to see you live. Check out the opportunities in the pinned comment. They help support the channel. I'll be back on Monday at the same time and hope to see you guys at that time. If you're a carbon person, carbonite, you'll need to exit this Zoom call and join with the new Zoom call for 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. If you're on my list, you should have that link. If you don't have it, find me on Telegram and I'll send it to you.
Hey, CJ, what is the carbon? What is it? Just another one like Altcoin Alert, or
Oh, okay, Kim.
I mean, it
Yeah.
says live, but it's
Yeah. Asking what carbon is would be a very long answer, and I think you actually did you attend one of the carbon Zoom calls?
I tried to, but the link won't let me in.
I'm not sure why that is. You should actually be able to do that if you want. Be a fly on the wall. You wouldn't have understood anything we said, but you know, email me and I'll see if I can dig up a video for you, because right now we're overhauling the system and we're in beta and we're testing it. So, but the current version is sort of a third party software like 3 Commas, which is a popular, third party software, but that's a monthly subscription. Can be expensive and difficult to use, and Carbon's going to be considerably easier to use. So that's what we're working on. Since this Zoom goes into the Altcoin Alert group, I'm not going to go too much into Carbon on this, but I think the two can work together, and I use them together, and I think some Altcoin Alert people who want to trade leverage could use it. So yeah, go ahead and reach out to me on email. I'll send you something.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. We'll wrap it up here and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.